And yes, that comment to Doug, is this Doug?
Yes.
To Doug probably was taken wrong. I admit that.
Is not, there's three different scenarios or whatever. Why didn't it stay along Mill Creek? That's the main thing. I mean, I know we talked to Ms. Easter and Eric right here, and the engineer gave us, their version, but I still think that straight line is the best route. I mean, I'm not an engineer, but it's common sense. Looking at it, I mean, you would think a straight line would be the best route. But
Ready? So here we are a year later.
Yep.
Well, a little over a year later. Still so many unanswered questions. And we'll probably, in all honesty, we probably never will get these questions answered. But we're probably never going to.
Most of them, no.
I know.
But we could get one of them answered if we could get a road engineer that would come and help us.
That's good.
I know this opener you guys saw, there was a part discussing why the road didn't just continue in a straight line. Maybe one of our subscribers or listeners could help us answer that question.
Yeah, it's just like your dad said, it's common sense. It doesn't take it's not this isn't rocket science.
Yeah.
Why it came, the road's going to run all along Mill Creek until it gets to the back half of the campground.
Yeah.
And then it's just got to turn. It's got to make 2 sharp turns. Why there?
Yeah.
Why not back further? Why just so happen to avoid the entire campground?
Yeah. And it seems, it seems to me that it's going to cost the city more
Oh, yeah.
to pay the eminent domain off to purchase the home and then to have it bulldozed down.
Plus the 2 sharp turns.
Yeah, more in material rather than just continuing straight through that line. So, again, in all seriousness, it would be great if we could get somebody to go on to make a statement, maybe go on video, to check this out, some type of road engineer, and maybe have some facts for us so we can better understand this.
Yeah, because we're not going to get the answer.
We think
That's for sure.
We're pretty confident that we know. Know.
Well, yeah, we definitely know. Like I said, this isn't rocket science. It's not rocket science.
The road goes down a creek the entire time.
Yeah.
So it's not a matter of the creek being an issue. It goes right along it the entire time. It just stops at the campground. Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy that we feel, the support, just the support of God's people that have rallied around us, that we're never probably going to meet them in person, but this is what the picture of the army of God looks like.
Yeah.
Like, we go to war in prayer. So I know your
email's blowing up, the comments are blowing up, our views
I'm
are
getting
skyrocketing.
people on Instagram, my Instagram.
Well, you've had a few people in your email, and it's like,
yes,
how did they even find that?
I've had people text me, is this Micah Race?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, obviously, I know social media and I know the power of that, but so many people are finding us, DMing me, like I said, on Instagram, Facebook. I had somebody just this morning DM me on Instagram and said, I came across your YouTube video, and this is what she said. This is the power of God's people. Because, I don't know, a lot of people might not know this about me either, because I'm also a preacher. Like, I'm a minister of the gospel. So when I tell you that we're giving you 100% truth.
Yeah.
When we say we're Christian, like, we are Christians, we are God-fearing, law-abiding, Bible-believing people. Mm-hmm. And today, this woman DM'd me on Instagram, and she said, I came across your YouTube video yesterday. And she said, I really feel in my spirit that I'm supposed to go to the property and I'm supposed to go around it with a couple of her other friends on her prayer team and like pray over this property. Is that okay? And I'm like, well, of course it's okay. Absolutely. Because the power of unity it's everything. And so just the amount of support has been overwhelming. It's just been overwhelming.
That's awesome.
And I want to talk. So last week we talked about we talked about a woman's grandparents' farm that had been taken, and we are getting comments like crazy of this happening to people in their family, their ancestors, their grandparents, their aunts, their uncles. And so, like I said last week, I told my husband, I said, if I can give a voice to these people, even though they're gone, I'm going to. And then even if you have a current situation. So I would like to ask if you have a story of unjust eminent domain, if you know of somebody that had their land taken with eminent domain, email him. Your email's in the bio.
Yeah.
Email him the story, because I want to start sharing some people's story, and which brings me to this one, and it's about this woman, and she commented on one of the videos, and her name is Jean Gant. And this particular story happened back in 1944. And it was her elderly widowed grandmother's 100-acre farm in Piedmont, Missouri. Mm-hmm. This happened to her. And it was taken by the government. And very long story short, her 17-year-old mother, so this woman's mother still remembers it. Because her mother was 17. She was 10. She was the youngest of 10 and still at home. And she said that her mother clearly remembers the government's telling her grandmother, go ahead and take us to court, Miss Piles. You will get even less. She and my mother had to move out, and my grandmother was dependent on her children the rest of her life because that farm was her livelihood. And I don't think that's what, eminent domain. I'm going to, maybe let me explain something. Let me say this. People's been, I'm passionate. This is why. You want to know what drives me? What is in my gut? This is because, for one, it's injustice. Eminent domain. I didn't really know much about eminent domain until here we are. We're right in the middle of it. And we believe God's called us here on purpose and on assignment. But maybe, just go to I don't know, just Google my name. Maybe you need to read my book, and you will find out why that I am fighting for what rightfully belongs to our family. If you knew, you would understand. You would understand. And so she said that her grandmother, this was her grandmother's, their farm, and it was taken. It was just ripped. But that's the power that the government has. They have it.
Yeah, and it's usually not, it's not the quote unquote fair market value.
No, it's not.
They just come in and they give you exactly what they deem it to be.
Yeah.
They hire a appraiser that
works for them.
That's on their team. And it's just, I think it's getting to a point where, I feel bad for the ones prior to 2000s and before social media and stuff, because now we can really shine that spotlight on all this stuff. Mm-hmm. When we couldn't at that time. It was more hush hush, and they got away with whatever they wanted.
Basically, yes. And I think that I believe wholeheartedly that that's still happening today, because first and foremost,
people are fearful of their like in this case, a lot of people think Pigeon Forge is huge,
and it's really not. Did I tell you? I'm not trying to cut you off. I'm sorry. Did I tell you that? So Pigeon Forge, the population is only little 6,300 people.
Around 6,000 people. And
yeah.
And those people are terrified for the most part, the ones that reach out to us, which we've had a ton of locals reach out to us, and residents. Even family of the politicians have been reaching out to us.
Yes, that's been that.
And they're fearful.
My Lord.
They're fearful.
They're so sad. Yes. We actually I was actually on the phone this morning. Today, Monday, I was just on the phone this morning with, just a politician in the area, and it was their relative, and this person was just giving me an earful of his story,
yeah. It's crazy.
And their hands are so tied. But yeah, so it's only a population a little over 6,000.
Yep.
And you think that's not a lot. Actually, I did not know that until obviously we started doing our research and how small it actually is, because it's all based off tourism.
Yep.
It's just, that's mind blowing.
Oh yeah.
It's mind blowing. And then half the people don't even show up to vote. They don't show up to vote because they feel like, what's the sense?
Yeah, what's the point? It's
the
same families over and over and over.
I know, I'm getting comments. I think you need to run for mayor.
Yeah. Well, you can just read the comments. You just go through the comments, and a lot of locals have commented on our videos. A lot of people that are from the county or have moved out of the county.
Yes.
They're all fearful.
And people are saying, like, we're going to start coming to these meetings, by the way, which the March 11th meeting, which is, was scheduled, and it got canceled, so nobody show up to March 11th, which don't come because they canceled the meeting. But March 25th, correct? Mm-hmm. March 25th. You might want to fact check. Go ahead and get that. Because March 25th, I will be right back at City Hall, 5:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Yep.
Unless that one gets canceled again. But we will come in here and let you know. Locals, even if you are 30 within, a certain mile radius, come. You don't have to say a word. Just the support, I can feel it.
I'm just going to throw this out there, even though we have discussed this, but we didn't know if we're going to start organizing some type of march, protest in Pigeon Forge, and I will start organizing that and maybe get some type of, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it, but there will be signups for that, and then we're going to start a march, a peaceful march in Pigeon Forge.
Absolutely.
Hopefully down the strip and maybe from the island to the City Hall.
Yes.
It's about a 20-minute walk. So
yes.
Just throwing that out there. Keep that in mind because we're
Race for Justice.
Yep.
Hashtag Race for Justice.
Yep.
So that's going to be coming down the pipeline very, very, very soon. All right. If you have a story of eminent domain, submit it to him. His email's in the bio. I would love to just talk about your family's injustice. Even though they're not here, I would love to just bring light to it. So just email him the story, and
thanks for everything, the support,
unbelievable,
the shares. Please keep sharing. The more we get this out there, the more that we can, get more stories out there of like this, and maybe get some of this stuff.
Some laws need to be changed with eminent domain.
Yeah. So subscribe, like, share, comment, please. It helps a lot. Good?
Good.
Thanks.